Hey writers, welcome back. Today we will do oral storytelling. Today is February 5th, 2021. Before writing was actually invented, so before people actually wrote pen to paper, people would tell stories out loud. These stories were passed from generation to generation. So that's, for example, say your grandparents told your parents a story, their grandparents told their parents a story, and so on and so forth. So it is just passed down from so many generations. It's like your great grandparents pass it down, then your grandparents pass it down to their kids, and then your parents pass it down to you, and then eventually one day you may pass a story down to your children. So that is what people used to do, is to share different stories. They would story tell, or they would share it out loud to their friends or family. Now, what will we be able to do today? We will be able to add to our story maps using oral storytelling. So, yesterday you were able to map out your personal narrative. So, that was the special celebration that you are excited to write about. So, for me, it was about my Christmas. We got to go to Disney. So, let's see how we can add to our story by oral storytelling. So, when we do all of our thinking and planning in our heads, we sometimes miss out on important details. So, it's really, really important sometimes to share out our thinking because then we won't forget those important details. Oral storytelling is an important part of being a good writer. When we tell our story out loud to others, we remember different details that could be important to add to our story. So that is very, very important. Is that when we tell stories out loud, we will remember different details that could be important to add to our story. People may have questions that help us remember details we don't think to include as well. So today I am going to first model my story, and then you are going to get a chance to share your story with someone as well. And then after we tell our stories, we are going to go back to our maps and we are going to add any of those details that we left out. So let's begin. This was what we did yesterday. We filled out our map. So let me pull up my map, and I'm going to begin storytelling my story. And then after I tell you my story, then I'm going to go back and add details that I forgot to include yesterday. So, if you remember, we were going to do the Christmas celebration, and I shared who was there and where it was. So, let me start with the beginning. So, my story starts out on Christmas morning, and I remember running downstairs and seeing all the Christmas presents from Santa. I remember finally my family all got downstairs and we got to open our presents. Channing and I got a scooter, and then I remember Austin and Ashley got phones. Um, my mom and dad, then we opened up our presents for my mom and dad, and my mom and dad surprised us with a trip to Disney. Then all my siblings and I, we ran upstairs to go get packed for Disney. And so then the next day we finally all left for Disney. And that is, I will always remember this Christmas when we went to Disney. So that concludes my storytelling. Now, I noticed that I included so much detail that I didn't write in my map that I forgot. So let me go back and add it now. So Christmas Day. Well, I know I just said it was Christmas morning. So it was Christmas morning where um it was Christmas morning where my family and I went downstairs to presents from open presents. Okay? So then first, so we began to open presents. And then I said, Channing and I got a scooter. So next, Channing and I got a scooter. And I know I said also Austin and Ashley got a phone, while Austin and Ashley got a phone. Then my mom and dad surprised us with a trip to Disney. I'm going to be specific. My siblings and my siblings, parents, and I began to pack for Disney. For Disney. And the next day, we left for Disney. I will always remember the time I went to Disney for Christmas. So notice that I first shared my story, and then I noticed that I left out so many important details in my map. So now it's going to be your turn. In the next video, I'm going to give you a few more directions of what you will need to do for your exit ticket. I hope you enjoyed my model. Bye for now.